So good afternoon, and again, thank you for being here, and welcome to our 4th annual Rising Tide Leadership Award competition. My name is Steve Price, and I'm going to be the MC for this event today. Today we have 6 Portland School District students competing for 2 college-based summer program experiences. These pre-college opportunities are designed for ambitious students from immigrant families to pursue academic and personal interests, strengthen their college applications, and, as the award title suggests, further develop their leadership skills for school, for their careers, and for their lives. I said ambitious students. There's a phrase you hear frequently in the multicultural, multilingual teaching profession, and that phrase is immigrant energy. The students here today and the students who have competed in years past have immigrant energy in spades. Not only are they strong academically and have big career plans, they are also intensely active in a host of extracurricular activities, from playing sports on their school teams to writing stories in the telling room, from participating in student government to performing in the multicultural chorus, to name just a handful of their many of their out-of-classroom pursuits. Immigrant energy, it's a big part of what makes our country a richer, better place to live. A few years ago, my wife Linda was a featured speaker at a local citizenship ceremony. I'd like to quote from her speech. She told this group of soon-to-be new Americans, and I quote, "I often hear Maine described as a very monocultural state, but it has never looked that way to me. You are as diverse as America itself. You came from many places in the world. I know that you came here for many reasons. I know your journey wasn't easy. And I know you did not come to this country empty-handed. You brought your unique gifts and your unique stories. Today you will hear 6 unique stories from students who came from many places in the world. This is the most geographically diverse group of students we've ever worked with. But first, before the students present, Linda will present a Pachacha-style slideshow that describes our son, John Burgess, and the many and varied passions and interests that he pursued in his life. Passions that inspired this leadership award, or awards, that we're going to present today. So, Linda?
Click. You want to hit it again?
Yes, please. This famous quote is commonly attributed to President John F. Kennedy. Actually, neither JFK nor his speechwriter coined it. It was the motto of the New England Chamber of Commerce. Kennedy saw it, liked the message, and it became a metaphor in many of his speeches. We like it too, so he chose it to be the name of our new leadership award, only for Portland Public School students from immigrant families. The logo shows the helm of a ship as a sun rising over the ocean. We hope that this award will allow you to have an experience in the summer that will lift you and help you to pursue your dreams. So let me introduce you to John. He led a full life and had many interests. We want you to have some of the same opportunities, so here is a summary of John's interest. John was around boats all of his life. He grew up near the sea in Kennebunkport. In the year of John's birth, his father, also John Burgess, founded the Landing Boat School of Boat Building and Yacht Design. In high school, John went on Ocean Classroom, a trimester at sea. Later in life, John would captain Kylie's Chance, the scenic lobster cruise boat in Kennebunkport, and also become the manager of the Fort Lauderdale water taxi captains. John was interested in traveling and world affairs from an early age. Here he is in 8th grade, flying off to Norway for hockey camp. In his life, he would ride camels in Morocco, snorkel in the Caribbean, and visit France, Spain, and Italy. And John was an athlete. He loved team sports. He was always ice skating, and he was on hockey teams from the time he was 4. He played football, soccer, and lacrosse. John was a scholar. In 2006, he graduated summa cum laude from the University of Southern Maine, which he put himself through while driving the scenic lobster cruise boat. He majored in political science and economics. Politics and social justice were consuming interests of John throughout his life. He wanted to make the world a better place. John was dedicated to volunteering. He served on the Student Senate at USM and received this faculty award for service to the community. He and I worked together on several presidential campaigns, walking door to door in New Hampshire, braving barking dogs and icy sidewalks to talk with folks about Barack Obama. John was an entrepreneur. At the time of his death, he had just started 2 charter businesses. This one is in Fort Lauderdale. It's called Pukatiki Charters, and it would take people out for sunset cruises and afternoons on the sandbar. And New England Eco Adventures is a thrill ride out of Kennebunkport to look at whales and lighthouses. John's lifelong friend, Matt Bede, and business partner is making a great success of it. Fun ride if you get to Kennebunkport. So this is the 4th year of Rising Tide, offering 2 students yearly a chance to pursue their interests, strengthen their college applications, and gain valuable leadership skills. Here are the winners from previous years. Hanan Omar, a graduate of Deering High School. Hanan went to the Harvard Medical School program. She had to do it remotely because of COVID, but she said it was a good experience. And she is now a freshman at Wesleyan University. Ali Abdurrahman, he's a math whiz, and he attended remotely again the Harvard pre-college summer program, which he reported to be very challenging even online and really worth it. He is a freshman at the University of Pennsylvania. Caitlin Nguyen is still pursuing her studies at Portland High, and she went to the Harvard Medical School program online. We'll see. Lionel Celestino from Casco Bay High School. He is intending to attend the Harvard pre-college summer program next summer. Hopefully won't have to do it online. Just deferred. Fatima Lamloon, she attended the National Student Leadership Conference at the University of San Diego. That should say San Diego, sorry. Okay, so now it's up to you. Which leadership program do you desire? Tell us why you want to attend in your own half Pachaksha. John had many great experiences in his life, and we want you to have them also. Good luck and bon voyage. Oops.
So, thank you, Linda. She gave you kind of a taste of what a Pachakcha or Pachakucha presentation is like. Some of you may have heard of that or not. It's a short presentation format, international presentation format that was created by a couple of architects in Japan, and it caught fire, and it's done in more than 1,000 cities across around the world. What we've asked our students to do today is do an abbreviated version of that. Usually Pachakcha is 20 slides, 20 seconds a slide, and the presenter has no control over the slides. They just come up and go. And our students will be doing theirs with 10, so it's kind of a half Pachakcha. Let's see here. So, as I said, we have 6 students presenting today. After they have presented, I'll call them up individually, We have a panel of 3 judges who will select this year's 2 winners from the 6 presenters, and their names will be announced tonight. So in addition to their pre-college experiences, which our foundation or our leadership award will pay up to $5,000 to include the cost of the program and transportation, the 2 winners will receive a special Rising Tide medal, and the runner-up students will receive gift certificates worth $100 at one of Portland's independent bookstores. So let me introduce our judges today. First is Matt Reed, Linda mentioned. Matt is John's lifelong friend and business partner. Matt's here with his mother, Valerie Reed, will be a judge. And Nancy Veman, who is a lifetime family friend of ours. So let's begin. Let's jump into this. So students, remember when you're up here, you can take off your mask. Do take off your masks so you don't sound mumbly. And as you notice, we decided not to use a microphone today, so you don't have to worry about it, but you do have to speak clearly and project. So some of you have soft voices, so just remember that. So our first presenter today is Jacqueline Rodas, a junior from Casco Bay High School.
Hello, my name is Jacqueline. I'm a junior at Casco Bay High School. I am from Honduras. I am bilingual, and I'm the first generation Latina in my family. My ultimate inspiration comes from the beautiful woman whom I received my life's blood and my role model, my mom. The struggles and fears she had to go through made her the strong woman she is to this day. She did everything she could to give us the opportunities she was not able to have. My dad. Diabetes and high levels of blood sugar runs in my family. My father has gone through so much, it hurts me honestly, knowing that he's been through so much. But at the end of the day, God's got him. My family back in Honduras are not able to afford medicine because it is very expensive. But eventually, when I am a doctor, I will help them. My abuelo. This year, I was able to meet my grandfather for the first time ever. He is 104 years old, and it's such a blessing. He has done great things for his community in Honduras. It inspires me. I believe this is the reason for why he is still healthy, because he did great things for others in need. Mi hermanita. My sister is my bestie for life. She supports me in everything I do and pushes me to reach my goals no matter what. Even though she is just 9 years old, she is a very wise girl, and I will make sure to prove to her that dreams do come true as long as you push yourself to get what you want. My crewbies. This is my crew, which is a group of people that I've been with for the past few years, and we do everything together and hold each other's backs. They are my second family, and we have watched each other grow since freshman year. They helped me realize a lot about myself, and I know I can count on them. The Telling Room. The Telling Room is a program where young writers are able to share their voices through writing to the world. I am a shy type of person, so I was able to get out of my comfort zone and share my piece of writing. My poem called Mi Vida was published along with my personal narrative about issues Latinos go through and my culture. Latinx Affinity Group. I was part of this group where I was able to connect with other Latinos. We went to Worcester State University where we learned about what it's like being Latino in the United States and struggles we go through. It made me feel included. Here in Maine, there's just not much Latino representation, so that was my first step to start stepping up. Paths. I am part of Portland Art and Technology High School, and I am part of a program there called Early Childhood. I take care of preschoolers and helping them get prepared for kindergarten. I love being able to take care of kids and watch them grow as they learn. I want to go to med science at Harvard Medical School. This program would allow me to experience hands-on work, which is a better learning strategy for me, and it would help my dreams come true. I hope that not do I only help my family in the United States, but as well in Honduras, where they are less fortunate to healthcare. My parents left everything behind just to be able to give my siblings and I a better future. I am so grateful and blessed. I will prove to my parents and my younger self that everything that they had to go through was 100% worth it, and I will accomplish all my dreams.
Our second presenter is Josie Sasenga, a sophomore from Portland High School. Josie?
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jose. I'm a student from Portland High School. I live in the city of Luanda in Angola. We had a simple house. We had to fetch water 2 blocks from my house because we didn't have water at home. Sometimes we had electricity, but not always. My family. My dad's name is Benjamin, who was a lawyer. He studied in Congo. My mom's name is Judith, and I have 2 sisters, Gabriela, who is 4 years old, and Elsa, who is 2 years old, and Elsa was born in Mexico. I speak 4 languages. They are Portuguese, which is my first language, Lingala, Spanish, French, and I am learning English. I am an excellent student and I love science and math. Our journey to USA was difficult. We traveled from Angola to Cuba, Nicaragua, Honduras, Guatemala, and then Mexico. I have lived in US States for 1 year with my family. In Angola, I was selected as the best student of my school in 2013. I was also elected the leader of our 8th grade study group, and I represented my class in 2018. I'm very proud of the work that I did when I was 12 years old. I taught Portuguese to adults how to read and write in Portuguese in Angola. We call that analfabetização, which means illiteracy. I have always been curious about health, science, and math. My friends look to me to explain complicated concepts, especially health or human body system. I enjoy help people to give back to the community. My dream to work in medicine started when I had malaria at age 9. I wanted to know what causes malaria. And I've seen people living in poor situations. I want to contribute and help people who are suffering. I am studying health and biology right now at Portland High School. I want to study more science to prepare me for college. I want to go to a summer research medical program at Harvard University or another institution.
Good job. Our third presenter is Sofia Capita, a junior from Casco Bay High School.
Hello. Hi, my name is Sofia Capita. I was born on April 21, 2005. Fun fact, I share the same birthday with Queen Elizabeth. I was born in Democratic Republic of Congo. We weren't really stable, but my mom got us through it. I'm very thankful. That's baby me. I was a very intelligent girl in Africa to the point where I was known as Atia Motomoto. You might ask yourself, what does that mean? Atia, my name, means evil. Motomoto means on fire. I was a walking, ticking bomb. I was always up to no good, and I was mixing the craziest thing, forcing it down people's throat and calling it medicine and saying I cured them. It took my mother 8 years to get us to America. We first arrived in Cincinnati, Ohio. On my first day of school, I had a lot of expectation that would sadly be cut down. People at school were harassing me and telling me that I had Ebola. But I realized, but they all eventually stopped when they realized all this was not me, and I was just Sophia. We moved to, after that, we moved to Portland, Maine when I was 10 years old. It was very cold. I didn't make much friends since I came during the last few months. After Hall, I attended King. After talking to our school nurse, I became very interested in nursing and doctor. Currently, I am a junior at Casco Bay High School, and Casco has truly brought the leadership skills that were lying within myself out. The school excelled at giving us many opportunities to become a better person, not just for yourself, but for the community as well. That's my school. All right. At Casco, I'm part of the cabinet where we make changes around in our school, interacting club where we volunteer on varieties of places to help those in need, the telling room where I can become not just a better reader, but a better listener. I can learn about people's world through their lenses, as well as the green team. Thanks to Casco, I have developed a dream to pursue Duke's University. Duke is an excellent school with many opportunities for their students and social opportunities as well. I know that it's very hard to get to such a hard school, but I believe anything is possible if you set your mind into it. After I graduate, I plan to build hospitals in many places, but my main goal is DRC. My hospital will be named after my mother. It will be for those who are denied service because they are poor, and so that I can take care of everyone. I will do everything in my power to make it all about health and not wealth. This is my mother and stepdad. It took my mother 8 years to get us to America. She walked to a whole nother country with no one, just me and my brother. My mother's motivation was to get us to safe and safety. After my father was murdered, my mother just kept on going. She sacrificed so much for me and my brothers that words can't describe. People are like plants. When plants need water, they dry up. If not given water, it will die. Same with humans. If people aren't given the right attention or ignored, they die. We lose a beautiful plant in our beautiful garden, and I want to be the gardener taking care of these dying plants. That's why after graduating Duke's, I wish to become a doctor.
One, two, three. Fourth presenter, Bakr Jalil, a junior from Casco Bay High School.
Hi, my name is Bakr Jalil. I'm an immigrant from Iraq. My family and I moved to America in 2013, and just recently we went back to Iraq for a visit for the first time in 9 years. My parents had to go through a lot to get us here. They wanted me and my siblings to have good education education they wish to have. I will also read you some poems that were written by me through the telling room. When my baby brother was born, I started to look up to him. This might sound weird, but my baby brother has taught me things that school and adults have never taught me about. He taught me how to be patient and how to enjoy life even when things are not going the right way. This is something that most of us have forgotten as we've gotten older. There was a lemon, olive, and orange tree spread all throughout the garden. There was mint, roses, and grape leaves, filling the air with a noble smell. There was a green roof over the garden, protecting it from rain and pain, and all the memories that are worth centuries, that are as elegant as a butterfly's wing. With every prayer there will be a tear that will disappear, a tear that swears to protect its land. With a blink of an eye, it all disappears. This is my family in Iraq when we went in March. This is one of my 15th uncle. I discovered that I have 16 now, actually. We had to go to Iraq because my grandma's health was getting worse by the day, and also because my mom lost her brother, and we had to visit his grave. Sorry. This is my bike. This is on the back, from the back, and it shows how bad it is, and many people have to live through this every day. This is considered to be a rich place where rich people live, but many of them don't know this, and many of us have stereotypes about Iraq. During the summer, I did a volunteering program called Portland Youth Corps. This is a program that taught me two important skills. One, leadership skills, and two is that people believe things before seeing them. Some of the people thought that I used a camel to go to school. This shows us that people still have stereotypes, that still believe in stereotypes without even knowing if they're true or not. This is also a poem from the telling room. I have many shapes, names, and many impacts. I am the one that started history, and I am the one that killed many. I have made and destroyed many families. I am the one that used to slave people, and I am the one that holds power that is greater than you. Many don't see me, but God knows me. That is why I am mentioned first in the Quran, and that's a 10. This is also another program that I did over the summer. It's Hurricane Island Outbound School. It taught me how to be a leadership, how to have leadership skills, and also how to get out of my comfortable zone and how to do what my dream was, whatever I want to do in the future. When I grow up, I want to become a pilot. The best part of becoming a pilot is meeting new people. I will be introduced to people and cultures that I may not have otherwise had the opportunities to learn about. I can become the best self I can be because I am willing to receive the world's many lessons, no matter their shape or size. I want to do this amazing program at USLA. Many of you might know this, but in order to become a pilot, you need to have a medical certificate or a degree. This is a summer program that will allow me to have experience hands-on clinic work that will help me to have further knowledge about medicine and how to help people. This is important because it will get me a closer step to my dream.
Got through it. Our penultimate speaker today will be Shukri Ukash, a sophomore from Deering High School.
Hello, my name is Shukri Ukash. I was born in the Dadaab refugee camp in Kenya. My parents and my older sister were there for 14 years before moving to Arizona. My mom is Somali and came to the refugee camp in a car with 4 of her uncles and her grandmother to escape the war in Somalia. My family came to Arizona through the camp lottery. The way the lottery worked was they picked a couple of families to interview, and if we met their criteria, we could end up moving to America. My family and a couple of other people, being the lucky ones, won the lottery. Upon hearing the news, we started to pack up the little things we had and move to Tucson, Arizona. Starting a new life in a new country was hard, but my mom pushed through. She got a job, learned how to drive, and had my little sister within a year of being in America. My mom, still adjusting, thought it was best for us to move to Portland to get closer to my dad's side of the family. We started off in a homeless shelter for families for 2 months until my mom found a good-paying job where she then moved us to an apartment. My family and I have been living in Portland for 13 years. My mom ended up getting a high school diploma at Portland Adult Education, became a citizen, worked, and had 8 more kids in Portland. Watching my mom persevere through life has made me the hardworking person I am today. I see the world in a different view because of my mom. I started high school playing squash at Portland Community Squash. Squash is a racket sport played by 2 players in a forward-wall court. Going to PCS after school and playing with a bunch of kids from different backgrounds was the highlight of my day. PCS is a nonprofit community center delivering squash, wellness, and education in Portland, Maine. Recently, I joined a program called Rally Portland at Portland Community Squash. Rally Portland is an after-school program that teaches youth, like me, the sport of squash. It also provides extra academic support and helps you prepare for life after school. Being in these 2 programs has changed me physically and mentally, making me a strong person. My greatest passion in life is learning and furthering my education, because growing up I thought that having an education did not matter. As I got older, I realized the true power that comes with attaining a great education. Over the past 4 summers, I worked at 4-H Youth Development, where I taught a science curriculum to young kids. This experience showed me how to become a leader in my community. Portland Youth Corp is an environmental program I did this past summer. PYC is a program that promotes personal and professional growth through community service. Our main focus this summer was building trails to make it accessible to elders, people with strollers, and people with wheelchairs. Along with that, we removed invasive species from the trails and planted native plants. As someone who likes to fight for human rights, I've always leaned towards becoming an immigration lawyer. As an immigrant myself and coming to the U.S. with no problems, and hearing about people like myself going through such lengths just to come to America is heartbreaking. And once these people do come to America, instead of finding a job or education that will help them get on their feet, they face even more challenges. I'm grateful my mom came to this country with no troubles. My mom made a life for herself here, and in the same way, I want other souls to have that same opportunity without going through such lengths to do it. I want to go to a National Student Leadership Conference at Yale University for Law and Advocacy. I want to make a change in the U.S. immigration system, and I feel like this program can help me achieve my goal of doing that.
Our final presenter today is Devorah Katz, freshman from Portland High School.
Oh, hold on.
Laura?
Yep. Oh, right. Masks. You hate them, but eventually you get used to them. What's with that? Okay. I was born in Tel Aviv, Israel, where my father's family has lived for 10 generations. And when I was only 8 months old, my family packed up and we moved to California. That's my dad's family, my grandma, my grandfather, and my dad and his uncles. We stayed in California for 6 years, and half a year before we moved again, my best friends for life, Ari and Ella Katz, were born on August 11th, 2012. That's Ella, over there is Ari, and they are awesome. Nothing further to say there. When we moved, again, from California to Prague, that's in the Czech Republic, I got my first adaptability test. I was placed in a French school, though I knew literally no French, and learned to adapt to a completely different way of life. That's me, and my uncle, and my grandmother. A little before my 8th birthday, we moved back to Israel to be with my grandmother. She'd consistently visited us, even if we were halfway across the world. And this was my second adaptability test. I was a social outcast because, once again, I didn't know the language, and Hebrew was a lot harder to learn than French. When my siblings came to first grade, they were bullied and alienated the same way I was, which means that we stuck together, and I essentially became the leader of our little group. Dog is not a biological sibling, just want to clear that up. Halfway through 3rd grade, my grandmother, who'd been suffering from cancer and diabetes, passed away. And it really hurt because I felt that she'd been my sort of stand-in mother when my parents' main focus had been my siblings. Her name was Malka, which means queen, and she is my queen. 2 years ago, we boarded our last plane and moved to Portland, Maine. We've been living here ever since, and we have absolutely no plans to change that, which personally I am very happy about. This is me and my dad in that Maze restaurant, which is very good actually. Here, where my identity as an American didn't brand me as an outcast, I was able to focus on my goals and hobbies. For the sheer fun of it, I wrote 14 books. And despite speaking both all of French, Hebrew, and English, I only write in English, and I'm in the process of writing my longest book yet. As for my goals, I want to use the reward to attend the Harvard Medical Summer School program where I can pursue my goal of becoming a medical researcher. After losing 2 family members to age and sickness, I am very much determined to find a cure to both. For the record, that is Harvard, not the White House. I know they look similar. I look at the world and I see what it is, or rather, what's left of it, given climate change and whatnot. But I have to hope that humanity will be able to evolve past its faults, that it can make that step forward. I want to be a part of that step, and I want to make a difference.
Well, I think all of you will agree that every one of today's presentations were outstanding. What amazing stories these young people have shared with us. Stories of overcoming hardships, realizing remarkable achievements, and striving for big dreams. Let's give them all a big hand for their passion, their effort, and their courage for coming up here. Public speaking is not an easy thing to do. And they've come to their decision. The judges' choices for the 2 best presenters are based on a rubric That includes leadership, which is demonstrated or aspirational, clarity of presentation, the student's passion, and their choice of program and its fit. So I do want to say one thing first. This is a competition. We're only awarding 2, even though I think they all deserve it. I want the ones who don't win tonight to know that you can come back and do this again. And we had a student who came back and did it a second time and won. So if you're not a winner tonight, please don't be discouraged. Please think about coming back and doing it again. I hope it was a good experience and maybe you learned something and you could be the winner the next time. So, okay, so the judges' choices for this year's winners are Josie and Sophia. So as I've said, you know, only 2 students can win this competition, but everyone who presented today is a winner in many ways. You participated, you worked hard, you created presentations that told us where you came from, where you want to go, and most importantly, how you want to change the world. We couldn't make this award selection and presentation without the help and support of many, many people. To the family members, friends, donors, teachers, administrators, and others who make this annual leadership event possible and the award, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And to the parents and other family members of these special young men and women, a special shout out. You give them the love, the grounding, and the support they need to succeed in this competitive, fast-moving, and challenging world. They are the hope for a brighter tomorrow. Would the 2 winners please come up front? Linda? We have special medals for the 2 winners. Yes. Present. Why don't you guys turn around?
Oh, yes.
Okay. You do one and I'll do
my
one.
goodness. Sit down a little bit.
Congratulations. And for the runners-up, as I mentioned, they each get a $100 gift certificate at one of the local independent bookstores. Thank you.